Hello all, this is D.Gokila from the Department of Computer Science with Cybersecurity, Dr. SNS Rajalakshmi College of Arts and Science. In this, we are going to see about the operations of files in Java. So what is operations? When we do any manipulations on a particular file, it is called as operations of a file in Java. So we are going to see about the first of file operations, which is gotcha. So the gotcha refers to overwriting a particular file. So when we open a particular file, we have the output for the file that may be also an empty file. Likewise, when we overwrite a file, we can also have gotcha that is used for particularly creating a file that is already exists. There are several file operations in Java since Java is an abstract data type. So the named locations to store related informations will be a file. So there will be several file operations like creating a new file, getting informations about a file, writing into a file, reading from a file and deleting a file. So before understanding the file operations, it is required that we have knowledge of streams and file methods. If we have knowledge of both of them, we can also skip it. A series of data that is referred to as stream. In Java, a stream can be classified into two types. One is byte stream and another one is called as a character stream. Okay, so this is a tip of a Java of how to append a file in a Java. So what is meant by an appending of a file in Java? So appending in Java, it refers to the string builder or string buffer class method that is used to append a value of a current sequence. String concatenation in Java is also done with the help of an append method. So what is an append in Java? So as a software developer, append method is particularly useful for adding a data to a file. That is also a file operations. So and also it allows us to seamlessly incorporate characters and boolean values and string and integers, floats and more into our programs. And also this append is also used in concatenation interchangeably either way to add or join a value of one string to the another string. How to close a file? An output file can be closed when you are done with it and writing to it, and an input file can be closed when you are done reading with it. We can also use close method of a class printWriter to close a particular file. For example, to close a file opened in the previous example, we can use for output stream.close. If a program ends normally, it closes any files that are very open. So the frequently asked questions is, what are the mixed rules to close a file? If a program automatically closes a file, it ends normally. Why close to them? It's an explicit clause to close. Two reasons. To make sure that it closes, if a program ends abnormally, it could be damaged if it is left open. A file opened for writing must be closed before it can be opened for reading. Although Java does have a file or closes a file that both reading and writing can be done with the help of this particular file. To open a file text or an input, connect a file stream to for a reading. A goal, a buffer reader object which uses file reader to open a text file. It connects a buffer reader to text file. For example, a smiley in stream, a new buffer reader, new file reader, smiley.txt. Similarly, a long way for the file reader is a new file reader that is used for reading an input file. So this is an input streamed that is used as a buffer reader, file reader and the disk. So the methods of buffer reader is reading a line into a string, no methods to read directly, so the numbers and strings and then convert them into a string tokenizer later. We can also read a character at a time and also close the buffer reader stream at a time also. So an exception handling in Java. So IO exception handling is an important part in the Java that is predefined class. A file input output might throw an input output expression. Cast the expression in a catch block that at least a printer error message and ends a program. File not found expression is derived from the input output expression. Therefore, any catch block catches input output expression also catches file not found exceptions. Put the more specific one first, so it catches specifically file not found exceptions. Then you will know the input output error that is something other than the file not found. So this is an example that file name keyboard.txt buffer reader input stream new buffer reader new file reader of file name. Closing a file. Reading a name file from the keyboard. Using the file name read from the keyboard. Reading the data from the file. And also caches input output exception seeds that strings the print line with the file name of closing the file in the particular value. Try. Catch the file not found exception. The system.out.println will be the not found in the exceptions.exchange message in the particular field of Java. When there is an exception, it throws an expression, catches the exception and using a try block, catch block and also throw block in a Java. So reading words in a string tokenizer class that buffer reader methods to read a line and a character, but not a single word. So a string tokenizer can be input Java util. Some of its useful methods are shown in the text. You can specify delimiters, and the characters are characters that separate words. The default delimiters are white space, space, tab, and also a new line. So the examples of the string tokenizer, the displays of the sum of the words of character, space, new line, period, comma. String input line, key, next line, string tokenizer, word finder, or string tokenizer input word. When read line tries to read beyond the line of the end text file, returns a special value called as null. So you can stop null to stop processing a text file, returns a init that tries to read beyond the end of the text file. The init value of ordinary characters is non-negative. Neither of these two read and write lines can also be used for throwing an exception. So this is an example of an exception. So this is an example of how to find a particular file. So thank you all.